Dota 2, MDL Chengdu Major, upper bracket finals, Vici 1 game up against TNC, draft. We have that ready for you right now here with Tsunami and Trent. Talk to me about these openings.
Damn, you're good at this.
Thanks for giving us some lead up time. Talk to me about these
Speed
heroes you're now
running this
seeing
whole
for the
thing.
first time.
All right. We do not have a Shaker morph. They did have first pick Shaker. They didn't go for the morph this time round. The second phase morph ban, more clever. Opening Void Lina still though, I like that.
Who had choice? I remember you were told. Sorry. Do you remember?
I was told. I think Vici had choice.
And
They picked picker side.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
All right,
forgot.
whatever. Not
I'm
worried
gonna
about it.
guess they went for pick.
Well, I was also told that TNC was dire, so I missed a bit.
Okay, so they did Shaker first pick, right? Is that what you
Yeah.
said? First overall was Shaker.
That would be my guess.
That would make sense here. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Because then, oh, look who it is. Wow, really, DY?
Dog.
Now this I'm not so sure, because they already have the Venomancer, so don't we assume this will be the offlane Veno?
Yes.
I guess the offlane Veno they played as a solo laner, so he's just going to run at him and try and get the kill. All right. I'm into it.
Doesn't really have anyone who like tosses spells though, because the Maledict you were talking about, it's like, hey, I want my carry to pair up with me, toss a quick nuke. Void, yeah, you can time walk forward, but
That's enough. That's good.
okay,
I'm good with that.
all right.
That's all you need.
Especially with the triple bashes that they were getting last game.
Yeah.
TNC pick up the Coddle, which was absent entirely last game.
10 seconds.
Yeah, finally returning here. I wonder if they'll give that to
5
Tim's or
seconds
March.
remaining.
Probably March.
Yeah, I'd guess March.
But I was just kind of
Yeah.
thinking, like, impact-wise, I could see them maybe going back to that March 10 if they really want to try and, like, get some crazy Coddle action. But we should assume that it'll be the 5.
We've seen Coddle at the position 4 a couple times, and it's never really
never
worked
looks
out.
good.
Well,
Yeah.
it keeps being like these NA teams that are like, yo, Illuminate level 1. This is a great spell,
No,
right?
no. When you're saying these NA teams, it's one.
Yes, that's
It's
true.
the Pandas, and every time they did it, it looked bad.
They're past endangered. They've gone extinct.
Yes.
Yeah.
TNC
All right, so we have the next hero for Yang. It'll be the Omni Knight for him. Nice Dispel versus the Coddle. Maybe to help with his Void. Oh my goodness.
Oh no. Why
we
would
go
you do it again, TNC?
Because they don't have last pick, they feel like they're safe enough to pick a TA. And I would imagine that this time they maybe have a better answer against it.
Well, no, they do. They don't have last pick. It's last pick Vici again.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
they don't have last pick anyway, so you might as well pick it.
Ooh, I see what you're saying. I got
No.
you. I got you. Well, hopefully, I think you just ban it, right? There's no way you just let them. Like, you have a Coddle and a Veno. Like, you have one stun.
But then Razor gets through.
Yeah.
You're talking
I-
about banning the Huskar,
Yes,
right?
I think that's still. I would rather play. After seeing that last game, I don't want to be that demotivated. Just ban it.
You don't
dude.
think that 20-second pick is some huge anti-Husker strat? That maybe it's the reverse bait from TNC? They're like, go ahead. You know, we're showing our Templar Assassin same phase of the
No,
draft.
they have next pick.
Oh,
I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, so ban the
Yo,
Husker.
this jumping into the mid-draft thing.
I know, I
off
know.
balance.
It throws you.
So ban the Huskar, not the Razor.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Is
They
it-
have Omni. They have Heavenly Grace, dude. You want to see
Yeah.
this guy jumping around that thing?
I mean,
on?
I do want to see it, but I don't
That's
think TNC wants to see it.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Is there any core that we really want to see together with probably together with the Coddle in the late? Yeah. Because we have the Bristle already banned out.
Yeah, some
And-
big Gabby hero.
Yeah. Another hero that can work well with the Coddle is, of course, the CK. But I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know if Gabby really plays that.
It's probably the best looking one.
The ban the Huskar.
Nothing else really stands out to me
No.
in this game. Oh, okay,
No.
they're gonna try this.
Ooh, they do ban
man,
out the
that's
Huskar,
great.
of course.
I'm a big fan of that.
So benefits of the Drow here over the CK. Faster pace actually helps your TA. Can play with the TA early on. Can help the Venomancer too.
Yeah, I think that's the main
Quite a
thing.
few benefits.
The third ranged hero seems to be the difference maker. It's either the Enchantress, or we just saw the Mirana in the previous series, and this time it's going to be a Venomancer that's enabled by the Drow Ranger aura.
And they already had the like the LSA and stuff, like all the CK illusions, like, and they had Heavenly Grace. Like CK was like not that great versus a lot of these VG heroes, so good option. Classic heroes versus Drow. It used to be like offlaners to get on top. We already have the Omni Knight, So it used to be like Stampede helped. Then you had the position 1 heroes like Spectre that helped, but
Well,
we
we're looking
probably
for
have a
mid
mid
laner.
or a
Kunkka.
4 if they wanted. But
Choose your hero.
so the Kunkka mid.
Versus
Wow.
the Templar Assassin. Definitely Armel's going to have a much better time, but not significantly, as Torrent is still very effective against Templar Assassin's Refraction.
I like the second strength hero, like nice and tanky, gets more aura items, helps out versus the Drow, like lots of plus armor, right? Nothing for the marksmanship to just slice right through.
And benefits from Heavenly Grace quite significantly.
Yeah, control too. And the Torrent versus the TA refractions. A lot of nice stuff here for Vici. It's very easy to start favoring them after that last game and then seeing these heroes.
But we've
me.
seen how good TA and Dro together are. So
Yep.
my
Mhm.
question is, does TNC gonna force a game 3?
For me, it kind of like they have to play the way that this lineup works. Like it's not really a mystery what they have to do. To me, Vici just have to make sure that Ori isn't too complacent, and he has to be making a lot of plays around the map, giving that space for Paparazzi to farm. And that can be difficult when you only have like a Witch Doctor and a Lina. So I can see how TNC can win this, but I'm gonna put my faith in the Vici lineup here. I do think Ori's gonna get it done. And I don't know if KP's going to be able to just like bots his Veno all around here. Maybe he will. Maybe KP can just carry this.
Tsunami?
Yeah, I think the tower push is lacking from Vici Gaming. They have great combat and great pickoff, but I feel like BOT Venomancer is going to be a real menace for them. And like Blinding Light, it's a lot is going to rely on Omni Knight.
Don't miss a chrono.
Please don't.
Easy game.
Yeah.
All right, don't miss a
Perfect.
chrono and you will win. Paparazzi/Euros, it is that simple apparently. Let's find out if our commentary team also think it is that easy with the Void Expert, OD Pixel and Fogged.
Yeah, thank you very much, Steve. Looking for this forward to this one. Game 2, obviously Vici Gaming up a match. They have the Void, but it's
It doesn't
whatever
look
way you
like the
look at
best
it,
one, right?
you got to look at TNC and say, well, this is obviously it's a million times better for them than
Million
what
times
was
better.
from coming out from them in game 1. So already we know we're going to have much more of an actual game on our hands. And yeah, Drow and TA, we've already seen that today be pretty deadly, right? Earlier on this morning, we had a game with a Drow TA sort of just steamrolling the whole thing. It's a great combo.
And they did it with the Bane. They two-manned the Roshan at 12 minutes with the Bane plus the TA. I could see them do the same thing with the Coddle TA because Coddle just chakras the TA, and then you just refraction meld over and over again. I could definitely see them getting away with going for that Rosh early on. And how do you feel about this Void game, though? He's playing into what? The 1 stun and the silence from the Drow. The Drows can be a little bit annoying sometimes, but overall, looks like a pretty decent Void game still.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the silence and obviously the laning phase. You know, we've seen KP is a bit of a mastermind on the Veno, so we'll see sort of how well Eurus is able to farm up against that pressure.
Yeah, they're going to put tons of pressure on him. Is he going to get the rune? KP's going to get that one, and it's going to be even trades, it looks like here, right? Yeah, so 2 for 2. As he will just give him the poke. And for sure, we will not have Eurus Paparazzi getting that full free farm that we saw him get last game, where he had the super early Midas with treads, with the Wraith Bands, etc. As, yeah, this is a very strong pressure lane. While last time, they left KP alone. They did a full defensive tri-lane to make sure they could ensure that farm for the Morphling. That didn't end up working out, but yeah, much more pressure onto Void this time.
And without a doubt, a much more even matchup expected in the middle lane. Armel and Ori, this Kunkka versus TA. Yeah, I think you could have thrown anything against Armel as long as it wasn't a Huskar. He's going to be feeling happier than game 1.
Yeah, Ori is this. I've said it for a long time. Like Ori's Kunkka and his Puck are some of like top 2 in the world. Honestly, I think he's actually the best Kunkka personally myself, but I'm biased because I really like Ori.
Well, we'll see. It's Paddle said one of those matchups. If he can hit the torrents, lane becomes very hard for Armel. The refraction that he's going to rely on, it's not going to quite be there. But at the same time, we'll see if Armel's able to be good with the side steps, and he's going to be able to read sort of the fake outs from Ori.
Wondering how much Gabby's able to get bottom too on this draw. They're actually doing a really good job of last hitting down bottom to secure range creeps with Blinding Light as pressure. Up top with that fissure. They will be alright, but pressure is the name of the game. And look what DY does. He's like, you want to be putting pressure on with Poison Sting? I'm just going to skill my heal and sit on top of Paparazzi to counteract it. And it kind of does exactly do that. It counteracts it entirely.
Yeah, the Void is going to be very happy with his Witch Doctor.
Yep, you have to expect that. Some ROTK teaching right there. He's like, don't go cask this game. You're getting heal level 1. and you're preventing Eurus from getting pressured. And it's working. He's got 8 last hits, 9 last hits now.
Well, it makes it because you're not going to get a kill on this top lane if you're Vici Gaming with sort of a point and cast. It's going to be incredibly unlikely. And even if you do, it'll be one of those trades where you just take so much damage yourself. Yeah, it's likely to not even be worth it a lot of the times.
Or he's actually landed several of his torrents already. I think that's the second one I saw connect to burn the refraction. And he gets a full cleave clit onto Armel. And look at those last hits already. 12-3 to 7-1.
Bottom lane, Gabby.
Oof.
Actually ends up getting run down. PYW and Yang able to get on top of the drought. Force Gabby out of the lane while support was elsewhere.
That was what I was concerned about, right? I was just saying how I think that's a pretty tough lane for a Drought of... I think most lanes are pretty hard for Drought to farm, and personally, if you're playing versus a hero like Lina, too, with a Bassi starting off, you're going to be struggling. March was doing a great job helping the last with Blinding Light, but yeah, they were able to get that chase down. And they're side pulling. They've got... I think this is a double range creep deny they're about to get on this side pull, which really hurts Gabby.
Some fantastic efficiency from Vici Gaming down at that bottom lane.
And
Top lane, I mean, because of the way that they're playing it with the sort of support of the Witch Doctor, Eurus, his farms, it's absolutely fine up top.
And another torrent connects. That's 3 or 4 just single torrents connecting right away into those connected cleaves. But still going to get just fine. TA farming excellent, as Ori will TP back, fill up the bottle, and continue the pressure. So it looks like it's about even mid lane at least for the side of TNC.
See, PYW.
Gabby has no boots, and both of these have boots right now. Connects on March. He's got Blinding Light.
Should be able to at least bring him low. Blinding Light does indeed keep him safe.
Oof. Double boots on those offlaners, on the offlaner in the 4 position, though, versus a Drow and a Coddle with no boots. Definitely at risk of getting killed if you just get connected with the stun too far ahead.
Armel having to mango up as well, just because of how many refractions are getting ripped through by Ori.
Every time. Look at that. Another one. He does have the secondary refraction this time, but... The rune. A DD top. That will be a blessing for Armel to be able to actually pull ahead even further.
Miles away.
And deny the rune from Ori as well. But yeah, the Vano Earthshaker, they probably expected to put a little bit more pressure onto that lane, onto the Void. But yeah, this Witch Doctor pick, the thing that we probably didn't expect too much, 2 games in a row. Working out perfectly to secure that farm.
That's made Eurus feel very safe.
Yeah,
We'll see the Sol Ring's nearly done for Tims, so then we'll be able to step up a bit of the pressure with the amount of fishes he is able to throw out to mess with the Void, force out the time walks.
Yeah. Gabby's getting slowed down much more than Eurus is, though, with the pressure coming out. Do we have some stacks coming out? Yep, some stacks coming out on Vici's side, at least on the Ancients, and they were checking those bounty runes, of course. Don't think Vici's going to be getting every single bounty rune this game.
No. Even though they have the edge. Ooh.
March, he gets the push away. He's probably going to pay with his life, but he does get the bounty rune.
I mean, the team will take that. You know, they'll say, March, good job. You know, you did what you wanted to. Secured the extra bit of gold for the team, paid with his life.
They're saving the bottom. Yeah, they're saving the bottom bounty rune, it looks like, for Ori. And he's actually going to be bottling up PYW a little bit here so he can keep that presence. And they're going to swap it up. Looks like Ori wants to gank. He's not 6 yet. He's
Must be
really
close, right?
close to it, yeah. He looks like he wants to just set up for a kill onto Gabby even before it. As it's actually, it's March. No Blinding Light available. Should be a pretty easy one.
Yep. They've got the nuke damage to bring him low.
Oh,
The Blinding
I
Light.
say that.
Yang's not going to be able to finish it. It was just enough, just in time. It looked for sure that Vici Gaming had it, but they didn't, as TNC will not lose March today.
The shocker of refreshing that Blinding Light just in time. That was looking like a for sure death for March. Armel now pull a bit more further ahead as Ori is now level 6. And he's just poised down bottom for the moment.
We'll see where he heads now. I mean, obviously this is quite a bit of time that he spent going up and down the lanes and wasn't able to grab anything. Invis Rune is there, but Tims,
He's going to fissure it.
yeah, he's going to make sure that that does not go into the hands of Ori. They do have
There's
a
a
sentry
sentry.
prepared though. And here's the boat combo coming out. So an Invis Rune he may not get, but he does get a kill.
Very clutch sentry coming in there from PYW. And he secures himself the last hit too. He's like, I bought this sentry. Now he's playing versus TA. Makes sense, right? You're going to have those sentry wards early on to deward those traps, so very convenient. Armel will now begin the Ancients. And they're going to give Tims the mid lane for that efficiency as well. 3-0. Much better start for TNC, even if they're still a little bit behind. They're getting some pretty good farm, and now KP is starting to rack up and being able to pressure and push the Void out a little bit for the moment.
Yang.
Ooh, Ori's going to actually be the one pulled into a smoke to top, so they don't want to deal with KP shenanigans. They want to get him out of there at least once.
With the combo and a Malady, I mean, easily with the three of them, they do have the chrono to rely on as well if they feel it necessary. KP, he's going to make a smart read, though. Instantly TP's out. As soon as he starts to see Eurus sort of moving over to the trees, clearing out wards, that gave away in his mind that Vici Gaming were looking for action, and KP, he avoids the whole gang.
Yep, he's got this efficient shrine, of course, too, with Tims. Very nicely done.
So again, an extra bit of wasted time here from Ori, who's been moving up and down, bottom lane to top lane. Hasn't been finding those big core kills.
Yeah, he's a couple hundred gold behind in it. Gabby, he's good in levels, level 6 already on the Drow Ranger, but his net worth, you see it down there, bottom 4, below the Lina.
Top Tims does get caught out at the same time. Armel finds himself a solo pickup. PYW continue to try and soak up some XP from that middle lane, but see, being the low-leveled Lina compared to the TA that Armel is, Armel was able to run him down.
And that's definitely like his fault too. He greedily walked up and didn't have a sentry down in mid lane. And there was double traps. Like, you're just dead as a support hero if you do not put a sentry down to kill those traps early on. So a bit of a mistake there by PYW. As he will now clean up those traps. And traps are super value. I mean, 25 gold each is, you know, it's no joke. As he'll clean up another one. More money for the Lina.
TNC can reside Gabby to the jungle. Continue to farm pretty safely. We'll see if Vici Game is able to go for any rotations into the jungle of TNC.
I imagine that Ori is looking to make aggressive moves still, because he's like, there's a TA, there's a Drow. What are these heroes going to do right now? They're, like you said, they're both going to hit jungle creep, so they should have good movements available for them to be able to dive and put pressure. Maybe dive and look for a tower, I think is probably the best play that Vici could do. Just either one, the bottom or the mid lane tower. But it's definitely going to be a bit hard.
Because there is going to be this timing where when Armel has the Deso, and obviously at that point there'll be sort of the agi already built up by Gabby. You know, that Deso TA early on with that extra attack speed, it's disastrous to fight against. It's going to be easy pickups for Armel, and as you mentioned earlier, being backed up by the Chakra Magic, like that is such a potent hero. You have to run. Armel's going to be hunting, and Vici Gaming themselves don't keep up the aggression. They may not be ready for Armel looking to kill him off.
Yeah. Double meld hit is no joke. When you have, like, I think, what, 2 points in Chakra, I think it is, or 3 points in Chakra? 3 points in Chakra, you can just double meld immediately. You meld, hit, Chakra, meld, hit. And it stacks up that minus armor, of course, as we will see probably happen on the Roshan in a few moments if they get the opportunity.
10-minute runes. Once again, will be 2 for 2.
Ooh, Tims, he's actually stealing some stacks here. Walks in, he gets a couple of those there. Even continuing to stay for the Satyrs.
Yeah, we'll back off as soon as he catches wind of Eurus. Eurus does have Chrono, of course, still good to go. Bottom lane, Vici Gaming. Yeah. We'll push down the tier 1 tower. No interest from TNC to hold on to this.
Yeah, I have to imagine they're going to lose towers. Look what I mentioned. Their 2 cores are jungling, and Venomancer is applying pressure top, so he can't actually move to defend those towers. I think his bots were on cooldown maybe still. I think he TP'd back to base and then bots toward top to keep the pressure on, so. But they will get a tower trade of their own. And more map control, and allows Armel to even put some deep rewards. And he did go for the blink again on the TA, so looks like he wants to be he wants to try to make space for the Drow Ranger, for Gabby to just farm up a little bit.
Eurus is going to come in here with the Chrono there for the backup of the Ghost Ship. KP.
Easy kill.
Will fall, Vici Gaming. Get themselves 1 kill. PYW elsewhere on the map. He's hit 6, so they have got a lot of burst potential, Vici.
He's farming a lot on the Lina in this game. So pulling the lane back bottom too. I like this. Pulling the lane so March can't get all that farm. Deny up the creep wave a little bit too. And you'll be able to get that extra farm. Just trying to be as efficient as possible as a double D-ward. Whoa.
I'm out. He's thinking about trying to play around with Eurus. He knows that there's no Chrono. He's going to go for the Blink chase down after the time walk, and he's got it. Armel. The power of getting that Blink first on the TA. Allowing him to catch and chase down the Void.
He's got 80 free or 76 free attack speed, so yeah, that damage.
And then suddenly he's got the goal for one of the Mithril Hammers. Deso is going to be coming in at a very good timing at this pace for Armel. And you see on that net worth how far ahead he is. If he gets away with getting these solo pickoffs on the cores.
So look at DY too. DY, he's just dead. 3 hits.
Oh my goodness, the TA.
Armel, he's really starting to take over here.
He's getting revenge for that last game. You know, you pick Huskar against me, and this is what he'll do when his power is not contained by the big, scary, fiery spear man. But this game too, Armel is having a beautiful start. Vici Gaming, it just feels like they've slowed down a little bit, which, if anything, it's got to favour that of TNCs. They're the lineup with the Drow Aura, the speed that they're going to be able to farm away. They have an incredibly effective core that utilizes that attack speed, this TA, to perfection at pretty much all stages of the game. You're seeing it now, and this TA won't necessarily fall off very hard because of how much of a lead that Armel's got, and having that Drow Aura means you're pretty much good to go at any stage of the game.
Yeah, and it's TA is a little bit different, of course, than, you know, we've talked about it live. You hit 25 and you've got that meld bash, which is also just insane, and you've got a lot of combos to go with it too. So, yeah, off to an excellent start. I mean, they're still like a little bit behind in gold, but their map presence is excellent, and they're putting pressure on. The KP's always standing in one lane, Armel's in another, and Drow's farming the jungle. So they're distributing their wealth very nicely still.
Yeah, they're all across the map, whereas the Vici Gaming, the group, they've got 4 in their own jungle at the moment. Sort of seem a little undecided on where to make the move towards. Armel has backed out of that top lane.
Yeah, just a bit of a slow-paced one. Looks like Vici's looking to just pick up maybe, what, I believe the Halberd's about to be finished on Ori. That's going to be a big one. Same thing as last game. He's versus Drow TA. Very similar as last game where he was versus TA and Morphling. He would got that one on the Huskar. It's a very good item on those strength heroes, of course. They do have Chronosphere available, though. And they might want to look to do something as there's the timing.
Yeah,
so Deso
14 minutes.
with the blink as well,
Yeah.
and he's almost 15. Oof.
That's got to be one of the fastest blink Desos I've seen in a while.
Yeah, and he's got, what, how much now? 89 attack speed. All right, who's going to die? Who's it going to be?
What's that like the equivalent of? How much does Moonshard give?
55, right?
Ah,
Has it gotten buffed again? Oh, no, sorry, that's
Okay.
the Hyperstone. Moonshard's 140, right?
I don't know, I'll double check. So it's close to a Moonshard.
Moonshard's
Okay,
pretty sure it's 140.
You know, it's a lot of attack speed.
Was I wrong? No, I'm not wrong.
Yeah, you're right, 140.
Is Hyperstone still 55? No, I feel like I feel stupid.
No, I think you're right.
It is. Yeah, I was right. Okay. I thought for some reason that one got changed too. It's weird because like, you build 2 and it gives you that much bonus, but
And then you consume it and it gives you less. You know,
yeah.
the maths, don't do Moonshard maths. It doesn't work. 15 minutes bounty runes. Vici Gaming just fully focused on trying to secure the top 2. They may look to take a fight here as Yura steps in. Will get knocked back. Yang's able to grab the bounty rune. They won't commit to the high ground. Won't jump in too deep. Does mean TNC gets space to claim another tower on the bottom lane as Armel as quickly picks up that death, so he's already starting to work on that BKBs.
He pushes really, really fast. If they just leave him alone for 10 seconds, that's pretty much how long it took him to take that tower. Oh my god, yeah, he is quite a monster. As now they're making the rotation down for him. He's camping the high ground here. Yang.
Gonna try and go for this.
Albert.
As soon as that disarms out, a blink away, we'll keep Armel safe.
And he baits a rotation. As Gabby's just been jungling the whole time. Level 13, having the freest game ever for himself. As he's keeping in par with that Midas Void.
I like this as well, Manta. Get up into the blink. At the moment, though, could be in a spot of bother. They get the pushback with the gust. Blinding light as well, separating the Kunkka from Gabby. The Tidebringer does hit, but it isn't quite enough. Gabby able to walk that one away.
That was a big swing right there.
And even with that DD room, wasn't quite hard enough of a hit.
They've got a smoke available for themselves. Now it does look like they might want to try to get something done with it here. As I think Eurus now does have the Maelstrom done, but they don't really have much vision on the map. They got to get some wards down. They don't really have any read on the map at all, and they have to be able to see at least something so they can be at least aware of when they do go for that rush, because it's inevitable. TNC is going to go for it pretty soon. Very defensive wards coming out from Vici. Armel's actually he's on the prowl.
I think he knows there's a fair few of these heroes that he can instantly delete. Well, I guess the Lina and the Witch Doctor. He finds one of these two. They are gone, and the cause at least as well will have to seriously consider trying to turn and fight the TA at this point. So unless they get a good few bashes from Eurus, this TA is going to just get out so much damage in that short duration.
He sees Armel with the wards that they've placed. They're starting to make the move.
See how safely Armel plays it.
Ori isn't the one actually moving over there, though, and he's the easier one to set up as they don't really have a Yule's done
He's
yet.
sticking top.
They know he's there. Oh! That ward! Oh, baby, that who put that? Who put that ward? That's a beauty.
They knew exactly where he went. Vici Gaming.
We were talking about sexy wards and sexy vision.
Yeah,
that's one of them.
That'll do it. Armel. See, such a big kill here for Vici Gaming, as he's the one where the money's at.
Ooh, Gale, off the mark there.
I'll be able to catch him out so still with a Fisher, but there is help coming in. In fact, jump forward gets cancelled though. Tim drops the Echo. The ult's down on the two of them. PYW are forward. Gabby's also here from the sidelines trying to poke in, but the GA's out for Yang, and now Gabby dragged back by Ori into the boat combo. They'll lose the Zhao as well. Tims and KP have got to just try and run themselves out of it, but they cannot do so. Eurus is able to close the gap with the Time Warp, pick up the double kill. From losing Armel up top to losing both over cores plus a support. TNC got a little out of position there.
There's an Echo there that connects pretty decently, but there's a pipe Omni Knight with his Guardian Angel available. He just walks in and there's no damage follow-up. Armel's dead. Gabby is not really a hero that can walk in to try to take those type of fights when he gets around. He just dies in a matter of seconds. Beautifully executed fight. I think they also got the last hit on the Will-O-Wisp. I think Paparazzi just turned and killed it when he was Heavenly Graced.
And now a jump up, that 2k advantage for Vici Gaming. Sure, you know, Armel, he is still the man in the top spot, but they need him desperately in the fights.
Yep.
You know, going out like he did up top, he was caught out by the ward. Probably expect to see Armel play that a little safer now, as he knows if he dies, his team is still incredibly vulnerable to the team fight and catch of Vici Gaming. They just don't have the firepower themselves without the TA to take a team fight.
And immediately when the fight finished, I saw Vici, they bought a gem right away. They won the fight, gem instantly purchased so they can clear out all those TA traps. Just keep yourself control of the map, keep yourself your vision control as well, so you're not caught by, like, you're going for a smoke and you're on top of a trap. This is going to help quite a lot here for Vici to continue their growth in this game. They never have to worry about those deep traps anymore now. And vision is going to be pretty limited for TNC. Bounty Runes. Looking to be a 2-for-2 again. And Armel's still playing up top. I mean, he kind of has to. Nobody else can play top, so he has to be the one to push this one up. But you have to be a bit spooked after that last step. Almost BKB, though.
CP just going to come in just from PYW to clear the lane out, and that should be enough on its own to sort of send Armel out of the top lane.
He really wants his Yule Scepter so they can set up for kills either. Because right now it's a little awkward. They have to blow quite a lot, or they have to have Ori just leading the charge. If they can get that Yule's, it's going to make it quite a lot easier for them to set up. They keep scouting that Roche. It actually Armel blinks into the Torrent. Okay. He's a little scared now too, but he's got his BKB.
And you say, well, they could do this pretty quick, right? Chakra, Magic, and the meld. They're going to try for it. Another Torrent comes out.
Look
I mean,
at that
TNC
double
there.
meld.
This is it feels a little risky. Chrono is up.
Does feel like they're forcing it a bit hard, as there's everything available for Vici.
Can they get away with this? I mean, you saw, of course, in those first two hits how quickly Roshan does get taken down.
I mean, he's killing it so fast. Look at that. He has 3 melds on it.
He's getting unlucky, though. He's getting bashed so many times on that.
Ooh, he jumps forward. He's like, enough of that.
Finds one of them outside of the pit. Tim's able to catch out DY. So that's 1 man down on Vici Gaming. Armel back into the pit. Maybe with just the 4 of them, they will be put off from trying to contest this. Smoke up on the back lines of TNC so that March and Tims can be prepared with
They got this.
counterplay.
Double meld with the Desolator debuff too. Look at it go down. Safe. KP blanketing the area with wards as well. And they got it. And they got themselves a kill on DY.
Just sort of just straight up awareness from TNC of how strong RML is and how quickly he can do it, and how confident they were. They said, "We'll come and take a fight."
Yep.
Because we have a BKB, Deso, Blink, TA ready to go, and now an Aegis is complete on top of that.
I think if Vici, it was actually a pretty clutch timing for them to do that, because Paparazzi just finished his BKB, and also I believe Ori just finished his BKB too. So that was like within seconds of them
That's
probably
true.
being in disaster.
Because if those cores had BKB,
they would have just charged.
They would have been
Yeah.
straight in the bed.
Absolutely. That was definitely pretty clutch timing there for TNC to get that one off. Yeah, 3 items literally picked up right after it. The Solar Crest, Omni, and the double BKBs. So very heads-up timing there by TNC to get that. And now they can put pressure.
Try and sweep through the jungle of Vici Gaming and look to take the tier 2 top. Tim's just having a bit of a look towards mid there, see if he maybe have caught PYW on the way back. But PYW gets back safely, another big item completed for Vici Gaming, that Yules that you mentioned he was after.
Yep.
So they have that extra setup and catch.
Ooh, Tim's looks like he wanted to try for something as he's invis, but
Dire's top
Now you can see TNC are they're hungry for a fight now. They know that they themselves are strong and they do indeed have the Aegis, but they do have to be aware of those recent item pickups of Vici.
quick glyph. They burn that refraction quickly. There's that sneaky high ground ward that there is placed at the moment from TNC, so they will have decent vision. They won't get dewarded by the gem for a moment.
Just heading round Tim's, hiding in the trees.
Stalemate as they stare each other down. But they want to make sure to defend this tower. That trap is still put behind. They know it's there. Or he's pinging it out. He's like, yo, bring the gem closer. There we go. Thank you. Kill that ward really quick. Oh, trap, sorry. And they're just, yeah, sitting far on that right side. So Gabby will take the space. He's going to back up and farm. Same thing with Armel. Kind of pretending that they're still there.
I mean,
Yes,
it is
doesn't know.
working. You
Yeah.
see sort of Vici Gaming, they're having to play this reserved on their half of the map, whilst
Oh,
TNC is able to just be that more efficient with their time right now.
and look what Armel just got. Oh, a DD, and he just picked up a small crit. This TA, with this 120 bonus attack speed, gonna be hurting.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, the early crystal is so efficient with that attack speed.
Yeah. There is some evasion coming into play, of course, that halberd.
See Ori?
Gotta slow him down, he's taking the tower too fast. Quick blink, dodges turret. He's stunned up. But they're pushing in their lanes. Top was also pushed at the same time by Gabby. And Paparazzi will, or Eurus will have to back up.
It's pretty much got the Miona complete. One more use of the Midas will push him just about that.
This is one of the closer games that I feel like I've actually casted at this entire tournament.
Yeah, this is a kind of start
Neck
you
and
want
neck.
to see, right? Yeah, 25 minutes in, both teams with a lot of potential in the fights.
It's the upper bracket, you know, this is what we expect.
Yeah, this is some high-class Dota 2, ladies and gentlemen. So do settle down and enjoy.
Both teams just giving each other the utmost respect, not wanting to force any type of issue here. We've got about 1 minute and 10 seconds left on Aegis. Armel will get stunned from the tree line.
If they can bring him down the once, they're going to drop the Laguna Blade on him. It's not enough to burst him straight up as Armel's able to the refraction back up and head back. Won't be called out by Vici Gaming. They can still look to try and find something else with that Aegis prevailing on Armel. As Vici Gaming continuing to just have to play on the defensive. They're struggling to really make moves themselves and just having to respond to TNC each and every time. TNC keeping pretty much all the lanes shoved in onto Vici's half of the map.
Yeah, I think Gabby's just been non-stop spamming the aura that I've seen so far. I think that was the second or third time that I've seen it on cooldown. So he's really just trying to keep those lanes pushed in. But I don't think Vici's I don't think they're like upset about how this is going, because they still know they're farming really well. They have a void line up into the later stages as well. Just a bit tough for them to get out, as Aegis is gone in about 6 seconds, so TNC probably gonna back up just a bit here.
That's got to be a little bit of a scare though, just how well Armel's doing on the levels and farm. You know, he's level 20. has that, well, the extra -4 meld armor reduction. So, as you said, of course, with the ability to stack the meld up as it is with the help of the Keep of the Light buffs. Now
Yeah.
it's the potential armor reduction. I don't want to do the math, but it's probably like -100.
He can do 31 kind of easily with like the Deso plus the double meld. You can
Yep.
do the triple meld sometimes though. So
and then
that's 43.
-43 armor.
Minus 43 armor. If you're not going to get a triple meld usually in a team fight, but versus
No.
Roche, very
Yeah.
easily to be able to set that up. I
Again,
think my
it's-
math's right there. I don't think I'm that. 7 plus 36. Yeah, I can do math.
Yeah, that's about right. You gotta look. Is that how you want the max efficiency here? You gotta see someone pick up a
A blight.
blightstone, you know, so you can
Or a medallion. Where's
stack
the
a little bit extra bit. Yeah.
Where's the medallion at? No
There's
medallion.
they could bring the armor even lower.
But
I
they're
mean, I
not.
guess there's a point where you probably say 43 armor.
43 is quite a lot.
That's probably enough.
Yeah. Void doesn't have nearly that much. Void has...
Oh no way at all, right? He's gonna be straight into the negative.
With Solar Crest, he has 21. Man, Solar Crest... It's rare to see, like, I just remember Solar Crest days, you know, the 12 armor, now it's 8. You're just like, what? That's medallion.
Full dayless for Armel.
Yeah, that's gonna...
So
oh my
it's-
god, that's gonna hurt so much if he
I
does
mean, with
get
2 meld hits, and if he just gets 1 crit, I think that's most of these heroes close to dead. Some of
Yeah.
them just dead.
Not the Kunkka will be okay, the
Yeah.
Omni will be okay, the Void will probably be okay. The Squishies are definitely dead. The Void
I mean, even
definitely
the Void,
is concerned.
yeah, I was going to say the Void, I don't know if he's... If one stun if there's any sort of fissure and anything else, like this Void is dying to Armel.
Oop, KP will get trapped. Nice time walk there, blocking his exit. He has the Aeon Disc locked, and he's not going to unlock it, okay. Because he's got the Vitality Booster locked with that Aeon Disc recipe in his bags on KP. But he's not... He knows he was dead there. There's no way he gets out. Armel?
Oh.
He's set up in a
Is
trap
he
spot.
gonna-
There's a gem on
Is
an
this
Omni
going to
Knight.
work? Yeah. Get out of here.
Tim's is like, oh god, don't blink at me, dude. Tim's? Oh.
Oh, is yours going to go for this?
Don't do it.
He was thinking about it. He was like, do I want to drop the chrono for that? But I guess it's just the shaker. The
Owen?
game's slowed down.
Would you have chronoed?
For the shaker, I don't think so.
Okay.
Not for the shaker.
What if it was a core?
If that was a core, you're definitely taking the chance there. You're definitely throwing a chrono into the trees.
I love it. Same build coming out for Paparazzi or Eurus this game. He's still going to do the BKB Mjolnir Satanic. Satanic's just become such a popular item, so you don't get chain CC'd. Very value. As here we go, the smoke. They've cleared the area of wards, cleared the area of vision. If PYW pushing lane. They've got bottom pushed out decently. Can they find anything with this, though? Do they have any wards available for themselves either? I don't see any obs wards, actually, in any of their inventories at the moment.
Dire are scanning.
Dyer's Radiant Scan is catching them up on the high ground there, so
They're gonna
TNC
be
is aware.
Immediately out of the neighborhood, TNC. Won't be caught out by that move.
And we do see, of course, you know, Nullifier starting to be queued up. For Armel, as he is playing versus that Guardian Angel, he's gonna have to have some options to be able to remove that with that Dispel. But yeah, lots of farm. But it's still extremely even. 2K.
It's a pretty low kill game, right?
I mean,
30 minutes in, 5 to 10.
Sometimes like gold is pretty close and then experience is through the roof or something like that. Very different. This game, it's just dead even. Experience and gold have not shifted much at all. My win probability says 100% for some reason for Vici, but I'm pretty sure that's bugged, so we're not going to look at that one again. As, yeah, KP, he's still trying to force in the harder to farm lanes, and Armel just looks like he's just trying to set traps on people. He's just like sitting down, waiting for somebody to walk into him.
And you can just tell, you know, these sort of games where both teams are playing as smart as they are, that it's just this one fight where you're going to see everything
fight.
thrown into it. This game is just going to get blown wide open.
It's going to start opening up in, what, 20 seconds. That's when we're going to see them really start looking to push these lanes out and try to take a fight, because that Roche is on the docket. As, oh, the Yule's catch. Actually, we'll be able to find Tim's. He's very far up. He showed himself. All right, a freebie for PYW. One of the first mistakes I think we've seen in the game of somebody showing themselves too far forward.
I guess the least in a game that was slowing down, it gives TNC some information. Roche, as you say, it's up. So
It's up. It's scouted. Both teams are aware of that. There's no Earthshaker available right now for 25 seconds. PYW looks like he just wants to move forward and get a little bit of D wards out.
Full Satanic on Eurus, so
Oof,
suddenly
okay.
that burst from the TA if they get on top of him. I mean, it's still going to hurt super bad, but with that extra HP, he's able to work, but we'll give him that chance to jump away.
DD top does spawn. It gets killed.
Gabby says, nope. You're not having that one, Eurus.
That is that's a big go time one if you do see that.
Yeah, that's a pretty clutch deny. If Eurus grabs that, they're getting that DD, maybe even walking into the pit, or they're immediately just charging into that triangle and looking for a chrono kill. So Gabby able to stop Vici from getting the most of that little potential benefit.
They're giving Eurus the tomes. I just saw they bought it on Lina, and he used it, and that's the second one he's used. Because it was still on
23.
It was on cooldown. That's why, that's so you know, you used it at the 20-minute mark as well. So they're prioritizing his levels quite highly in this game.
Yeah, he's going to hit that 25 at a very good timing. And
He'll beat Armel to 25 at this rate, actually.
Oh, yeah, wow, yeah. Armel's going to start looking at his teammates. Just like, who's using the tomes, dudes? I need the tomes. Look what they're doing.
All set up around that Roche. Ori keeps checking it with the Torrent. Venom wards will start getting placed down, and bam, Armel will begin. Chakra, look at that minus armor. Look at it go. Look at that Roche.
They've got to jump soon if they want to try and stop this Eurus. Can he get the
This is dead.
target? Ooh, he's not going to do it. Armel's going to be able to find it. There's no jump in there.
It's just way too fast with this 152 attack speed and that minus armor. But now, PYW trying to force the Aegis pop at least. They don't look like they
Eurus
can.
is toying with the idea of dropping a Chrono there, but doesn't really want to do so. Silence from the high ground, Gabby. With a quick poke and a blink away. And sure, they good play from Tims as well, throwing out Fishers, making sure that anyone in that position was going to struggle to jump in time. TNC keep the pit safe. They get that Aegis and cheese.
Ooh, he went for the 3-second gust silence over evasion. Since he's got butterfly already, he didn't want to do like the redundant kind of stacking. 9-second silence. Pretty good if those BKBs are on cooldown.
No, that's not bad.
Quite a long time. Ori, the jump, the control. He is just...
I mean, let's look at that damage. Just look at that damage. He was there and then he wasn't. He really wasn't.
With an AC and a halberd. Yep. The power.
And now with this 4K lead, TNC, you know, they know the power they have right now. They can creep on to these further objectives. Money's going to be there for Armel to pick up the relic. And nearly have that nullifier to straight up complete. 35 minutes in, we'll see if they're able to back off and get some of the bounties as well. Eurus is actually not going to stick around to grab the ones up top for his team. He knows that he needs to be here for the defense because TNC, they're heading up towards the base. Laguna's dropped down. They're bringing Armel low. Armel gets the refraction out. Can they kill him the once? They're going to jump in. They can. They'll take the Aegis down.
They're going to chrono this, right?
Surely. Eurus, he's looking for the setup. He's just going to catch the TA on his own. KP's able to move on the back line.
Oh,
Tims! Over Tims, he whiffed the jump. Wasn't able to get in on the team as they've lost Armel a second time. Eurus chasing for another. They've got the vision on a KP. Vici Gaming will be able to take both KP and Armel out at the push.
Armel being a little bit too cocky. You have to respect the fact that Chrono is just going to screw you over on your respawn every time. They will back up and get themselves 4 bounties, but PYW, he wants to make Tims pay. Xiang does get stunned up, and Tims will be able to blink away. I think he got hit by like a Maelstrom proc, and oh, bottom, the silence, the 9 seconds.
You said?
Was that a gust into a chakra into a gust? I
Yeah,
believe it was.
Mean, you do the maths there. That's an 18-second silence.
He does have status resistance, but yes, just about.
Okay, that's extra bit of maths there. 18 seconds, 30% of 18 is 1.8 times 3, which is
5.4.
4. What? Yes, it is.
Yes,
Yeah, 5.4. So 5.46. So it's about 13.6. No, 12.6.
There you go.
12.6 seconds silence.
A lot of silence.
Which is still, yeah, you're gonna 12.6 seconds. That's long enough to kill the void.
And it's a really heads-up play because they saw the 2 people top, so immediately they try to make the move bottom, and it is successful. So some nice moves coming out in this game.
Full hex on KP. It's now done. So not only a 12.6 second silence combo, there's also a hex. So a lot of lockdown, a lot of catch. Got to be careful with that BKP Eurus. That's It's going to be his only sort of safety when he jumps in.
And Armel now with a DD, and he spent his gold. Armel has fully committed. The nullifier is purchased.
I can respect that. They've still got a tier 1 up in the mid lane. It's like, hey, we lose a terrible fight. Chances are we're not going to win. We may not even lose racks, right? Still having the tier 1 up in the mid lane, so Armel knows it's safe to just go all in at this moment in time.
And he's gonna, I mean, he's gonna two-shot somebody.
Oh, yeah.
That is for damn sure with this. Pretty much anybody, actually, is gonna die extremely quickly.
I mean, he's queuing up the MKB next. Armel, what does he sort of take out of the items then? Just drop the boots, drop the blink, swap out the BKB.
Just swap stuff up, stop stuff around, yeah. He's definitely gonna, the evasion is a bit problematic. As, there we go, Vici. They are going out.
And they got the chrono, they've got the combo.
Oop, they see KP in the front. He's just parking himself there with this Aeon disc. Traps are down. They constantly keep killing them with that gem.
Eurus.
Tim's positioning himself on the side here.
TNC have eyes on this from the high ground. She have eyes on them as well. Set up onto KP. A fish is going to be dropped down. Eurus is going to jump over the fish to try and commit onto KP. Eon just keeps KP safe. The first silence will force Eurus to BKB. Drop the chrono. It's only going to catch the one of them. Will find the Venom. Does manage to finish off the Venom in the time of the chrono. Now Armel's trying to pick them off one by one with the BKB. Armel looks to commit. He's found PYW. They're now chasing Tims. In with the Echo. He's caught 2 more. The damage is just too much. This physical damage output from TNC tears apart Yang and Ori. DY has no hope here in the trees. There's another blink silence comes out from Gabby. He's trying to hide, but with a vision from the trap, they'll find him. 4 quickly dead on Vici Gaming. They are going to have to expend these buybacks. And it's just, you know, you see it right there. If there any sort of step placed in the wrong position, TNC just collapse and they just wipe through any of these heroes. It doesn't matter what items you have. With the amount of armor reduction and physical damage output, these heroes die so quickly.
Yeah, they'll kill, like you said, pretty much anybody. And it's Eurus, Paparazzi, he chronos, you know, he gets the Venom, but I'm sure KP's like, haha, got him. Like, he's a Venomancer. He's perfectly happy with that. You're not chronoing a Drow, you're not chronoing the TA. They're dancing in their seats as Gabby just has just farmed pretty much this whole game. And look at this, look at these. Just got Butterfly now in MKB level 25. He's got the CDR.
Look how much money he's got, yeah.
Now he can even just chain silence. 6.5 second cooldown with a 9-second duration. He doesn't even need the chakra.
But then with the chakra as well, what have we got?
It's infinite. He can just silence them forever.
I guess it is.
It's infinite.
Infinite silence. They have successfully silenced Vici Gaming. And I think that Vici Gaming is probably going to be quiet in their booth right now because I don't know what they're... how do they sort of turn this one around? It looks like each and every time they try to go for these fights, they've got to get a perfect chrono. The panel said it, right? Eurus, he's got to catch at least the TA or the Drow, right?
Yeah, he needs to get the
damage
backline.
output, sure, he's a Veno, it's nasty, it's magical damage, but you know, you can deal with that. You've got BKBs and such. Apparently, you can't deal with the physical damage output, so you've got to disable one of these 2 heroes. If Drow and TA go to work, you're losing the team fights every time because Gabby and Armel just hit so hard and fast.
Yeah, you absolutely have to get one of the 2 as yours.
Gonna get next hit.
He's got level 25. He has backtracked the ult by March.
DY's trying to get himself out of it. It's the only one to be grabbed back into it for now. So that's a quick and easy one for Armel. Another step forward from Eurus. Let's land him in the silence. We'll be able to get back up to the high ground. Chronosphere is up and available as TNC continue to poke and push Vici Gaming back.
Okay, it's a bit tough to permanently silence him when he has the Satanic plus the Heavenly Grace. That's quite a lot of status resistance to be able to get rid of that one.
How long is he silenced then?
I am not doing that,
Heavenly
Owen.
Grace match. That's
he's silenced for like 4 seconds and then no, I don't know. It's the whole numbers for that. He has 65% stat.
How does it stack, the 65 and the 30%?
65%. He has 65% with the Heavenly Grace. So 65% of 9 seconds.
That's not too tough maps.
So it's like, all right, enough of this.
I mean, the thing is, we don't need to do the maps because you know that the viewers at home, they've worked it out immediately.
Yeah, they've got
so
it.
good job, chat. We know you know the numbers.
Yeah. And they're just going to click BKB and probably remove it anyway. But that's beside the point. Who's got the gem? Who had it a while ago? I know they recovered it on Tim's, and yeah, they still have it. So Tim's has DY's gem. And I believe who bought a secondary one? PYW did buy himself a gem to make sure that they can keep clearing out those traps and not have to worry about all that creep cutting and whatnot. Yeah, we do see that massive gold lead is going out. And, the 25s are kicking in. 25 TA, 25 Void, who has backtrack.
I mean, and this game sort of as well, from what we've seen so far, just the way that this is playing out, is this what you expected? Or do you feel that there was a bit of this game where Vici Gaming could have maybe done a little bit more? Like, it feels like Vici Gaming, for the second half of this, they've just been playing a losing game. They've not been able to get anything done themselves at all.
They can't get their lanes out. Think about it, right? They're playing versus Drow, who's spamming her aura all the time. Armel, who's constantly blinking around pushing lanes. And
Yeah,
they just have so many different ways to force. Venomancer parked in front of lane, Coddle blasting lanes. They can't actually... I mean, I'm going to use it for Blitz here. They can't shove their lanes out good enough to actually get enough moves on the map.
I don't think they've touched sort of Radiant soil in the last 20 minutes.
No, it's super hard for them. Look, again, all the lanes pushed in constantly. Gabby, again, spams the aura every single time it's off cooldown, and KP just plants wards. So they have to try to catch somebody here as they're split up, and PYW looks like he's trying to be sneaky. And
he dares enter TNC's half of the map.
He doesn't do it in a risky maneuver, though. He does give his gem away before he goes through some type of risky play.
He knew.
What, he dropped it at the base or something, or Courier? Or he gave it a Yang. Okay, so he gave it a Yang before he does some crazy play. But he was trying.
So when he gave it to Yang, it was very much a, this is it, Yang.
This is it, yeah.
This is it, Yang.
And we look at this
I'll see you on the other side.
And Rosh is dead again. And this one's a refresher shard this time. TNC just always with the map control.
Oh, and now with the refresher shard.
Oh god, I'm not listening
meld,
to this
refresher shard, chakra, meld.
Okay, so 48. So he can do like 50, 55.
Everybody on Vici Gaming is going to be melding. It's the hits from arm out.
They're not giving him refresher shard.
Well, that's incorrect play. We need more meld.
Definitely give it to Coddle or Earthshaker, and they do give it to March, who's almost 25 as well. So everybody's starting to get up there. And look at, they just can't get outside their base, right? They can't push the lanes out. Every single time, Aura's getting immediately. I've just watched him like 4 times now. Aura comes up on Drow Ranger, he clicks it. Just always push the lanes in.
Oh, arm out. Focused here by Eurus. Bringing him low, he's just get trapped back by the X-Mark. Arm out, disarmed. They got detection. Hello, detection?
Oh no!
He
actually got out.
They didn't have detection.
They actually couldn't see him there.
So he gets out and the Aegis is preserved.
Sentry was the Sentry placed down like right after? I guess it was right after.
It must have been after, because the Void definitely had another hit in it there, but Eurus didn't do it.
And that would have been huge, right? Because then they just chrono right on top of that, and they will probably kill Armel. Yep. So that was a very clutch little back away there by TNC. What a game. 45 minutes approaching. And he's like, yeah, just I'm watching Gabby, Arcane Rune.
He just sweeping the map.
Precision Aura instantly popped again. 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
Is the uptime? The uptime is longer than the cooldown.
And it stacks. It doesn't.
It doesn't.
if it was these creeps with double
Dude,
precision.
those range creeps.
What's going on? We've got Willis drop down. Armel, he's been able to kill off, first of all, the Witch Dog to Eurus. Still holding on to that Chrono for now, looking for an opportunity. Dilation out to KP and March. KP's got the Eon just there, purging it off, backing away. Both supports are dead. There's a buyback from one of them. Eurus jumping up and down off the cliff, knocked back onto Ori. He's been blocked off by the Fishers. Gonna have to take the long walk round.
My god, that thing flickers for a very long time when you're at level 25, huh? It's just still going. It's still going. Alright, there we go.
They just can't take a fight, Vici Gaming.
That was the refresher shard used by March, I believe, as that second one was delayed down. And what was that? The Omni... Okay, he just Guardian Angel near the right side there, trying to protect Alina. But he wasn't able to. And continue to see these lanes just constantly shoved in. Gabby. Look in that aura. Melbash.
With all the ways they can save Eurus, he's still a bit of a tricky one to kill, the way that Vici Gaming are protecting their Void.
It's just so they're just trapped in their base. And now it's the split push is really starting to kick in. TNC Gabby's parked up top while bottom the rest of his team is, so they can look to siege 2 sides. How does Vici respond? Back up, check the runes. Gabby's like, all right, regen rune. I'll pop my precision aura again. I'll go check the bottom rune too. It's a beautiful DD. Yeah, I mean, they have so much money now, too. Everyone's just beyond max slotted. They're going to start picking up their moon shards and their aghanims pretty soon. Let's just continue to keep this control.
It just feels a little impossible for Vici Gaming.
They're going to need more frequency chronos. That's the first step. So aghanims is queued up from Eurus.
That's the only way that they can come even close to killing anyone.
They got to do some sneaky plays there. We saw PYW there just trying to do a sneaky one onto Gabby.
Yeah, did force out the
10-second BKB.
So yeah, he's still got long durations to work with.
Oof. Look at those hits. They got the Hex, but he's got that status resist behind him. He's actually jumping forward, Armel.
Getting X off. Armel's going to accept him for now. Just get hit by the combo. Now he's actually going to pop the BKB, Armel. The bashes are there. That's going to be no BKB on his second line. CKP, charging, look for the ult. There's the chrono drop down. They're going to try and kill him a second time.
The Ethereal Blade.
It's going to keep this TA a little safe. Armel, can he survive? The boat's going to come crashing down. They've lost Armel. Vici, they're not done. They're wanting to chase on for more. Tims and KP having to get themselves on the retreat as Eurus looks to chase down the Veno. He's quite a few bashes here. He's not going to be able to do so, though, with Tims blocking off the route with the Fisher.
Gabby took the whole Rax, though, during that.
Wait, hold up. That's the whole route.
That is the entire Rax top taken during that moment.
All right, Gabby.
Now it makes sense why Armel did BKB before the Aegis. He was really trying to make them focus on him so Gabby could be sneaky.
That was the plan.
It had to have been, right? Because otherwise like, you wouldn't BKB like that.
The viewers, we were all watching. I bet there was a few Armel and Megalols in the chat were out there when he BKB before the Aegis, but no. He fooled them all. Top Rax is gone. It was all a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the thing, yeah, with Gabby as stacked as he is, you know, those racks really will disappear in a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
The damage that he's got.
Tims jumping away. POAW is stalking him, but there is a sentry down, so they did see the Lina walking through there for a moment. And they have an OBS and another sentry down too, so they will see that continued movement forward by Vici. So Aghanims is finished now on Eurus. It's still 60 seconds until that Chronosphere is back up, but then we'll have that high frequency. And are they going to get the tier 1? They are going to get that tier 1 bid finally. I want to say something. I think I might be a little bit crazy, but I feel like the status resistance is not making them get pushed back by blinding light as much. I'm not sure if I'm insane, but I don't know. I'm seeing certain heroes get pushed back further than the Void, and the Void's the only one with status resist. I might just be insane, but maybe he's just targeting it like closer to him, and I'm just seeing things. But that was just a random little nitpicking thing. I just wanted to point out. I don't think it actually does affect that like that, but just looking at what I can see here.
On top lane, PYW.
There's a sentry there.
He's under there. Tims. Is he going to be able to jump this? He's going to look to do so. Straight into the creep wave with the Echo Slam.
I mean, got him. And Eurus uses his gold. He actually picks up the full blessing.
Oh, he's not got buyback. He's
got no buyback.
Oh, that's a risky one. That's a risky one here from old Eurus.
He's got backtrack as his 25 town, of course, which makes him a lot more protected.
I mean, it's a big risk because a lot of the time, right, obviously the short chrono cooldown is really nice at this stage, so you can have that buyback into chrono play, even if you sort of with the first one. Now, you're dead. That's it. You're gone.
How much does he actually need? He needs 2,400 for that buybacks, too, so it's going to take him quite a while to farm it up, but some big juicy creep waves pushing bottom, and maybe he's just like, well, Gabby's spamming aura and pushing waves into me constantly anyway. Oh my god, those mails are procs. Really procs.
I mean, I think there's definitely going to be the feeling from Vici Gaming that they've got to take these risks. They know that they're constantly falling further and further behind.
That's true.
They've got to change something, otherwise they're just going to slowly continue losing this game.
Yeah, and they're making their move outward here.
Armel.
They saw him there for a second. They got him.
You're straight into the trees. They catch out Armel.
100 seconds. He has buyback. But that's going to give them some time to push out their lanes. But I imagine that TNC is just going to just keep spamming that aura anyway and just doing what they've been doing to at least hold them away. And how long on the Roche? 45 seconds. So kind of thankful there for TNC at least.
Yeah, they've got to keep up these aggressive plays, Vici Gaming, if they want to swing this one around.
Yep, and they can. 35 seconds till Chronos back up. They could even get another kill before the TA is alive again with the Chronosphere.
And we've got what, Ori going for that Hex. See if he himself goes fully in roll or does want to save for buyback on top of it.
I think he pretty much has buyback now in the Void after that. He only
Yeah, I
needs
mean, it was a big kill.
300 more.
And it paid off.
Oh, KP, he was thinking about it. Doesn't have all of his friends behind him, but he
Chrono's
is
up
pressing forward.
in 5 seconds.
He feels confident with Yang behind him. With that Lotus Orb, with that Solar Crest, all that protection. And also with that, 6-second cooldown Heavenly Grace, because, 25s have became a thing. And
Is everyone 25 at the moment?
I think we're still missing like 1 or 2, right?
Oh, yeah,
Benno is
Tim's.
not, Tim's is not, and Lina is not, I believe, in Witch Doctor. Okay, so still like 4 or 5. Still a couple. Who got the Arcane Rune there?
Void.
They actually gave it a Void. Okay, I was wondering if maybe they gave it a Yang just because Heavenly Grace would become like a 4-second cooldown, which is insane, but
20 seconds until Armel's in. Is it enough? Eurus.
he's just in.
He is. He's
got
going to
so
jump
much status
forward. Gets
resist.
hexed. Gets silenced up the first time. Manta to remove it. Jumps in even further. The Will-O-Wisp will be dropped down to hold back the Void. Eurus, does he want to commit any further? It's pretty deep now for Vici Gaming. He's thinking about it, but
That's
the
a
wall's
long
down. He'll back off.
Will-O-Wisp has a long cooldown. Okay, March has a refresher. Okay. I was like, that was a pretty aggressive play there by him, but
And but they drew Vici Gaming out of the pit. Armel's back in the game. I think either way we saw, Roche at this point, it takes some time to take down if you're Vici Gaming.
yeah.
It's not very quick.
Unless you bash it like 19 times in a row. Oh my god. It's died pretty quick.
It's just like TNC's going to be able to fight this.
If Yang gets this axe, that is going to crumble TNC's damage. That AoE Guardian's Angel on everybody, definitely going to be amazing.
See what
if
kind of
he's
jump
able
they
to.
can make. Tim's is trying to head in already. Eurus is outside of the pit. He's looking for the setup, but a Fissure will stop him from dropping the Chrono immediately. Still holds on to it now. He'll commit with it.
Fissure.
Onto KP. He time walks over, commits with the BKB. He's going straight towards Gabby and Tim's. They're
awkward.
still in the pit here. You have Yang being bashed up at the moment by Roshan. The BKB is going to wear off from Eurus. There's the GA out. They jump across. Armel looking for the backlines. The Nullifier down onto Yang. They've got the Omni Knight. Immediate buyback from Yang as Armel. He's already stepping across to his next target, focusing Lina. The illusions ripping through DY. They've lost Tim's though on TNC. Pretty much all BKBs have been committed this first time. Ori's is just about to wear off as well. He'll turn with the X-Mark, grab onto Armel. Armel quick with a blink to jump out of the Torrent combo.
The
KP.
Roche is so low too.
They've got Gale. Eurus trying his best to heal up with the Satanic with the meld hit bash. Time walk up to the high ground. Hex is there. Eurus has got to play it careful. They'll lose the Witch Dog to Vici. Knock back with a blinding light. March able to get them back into the claws of KP. Time walk up to the high ground and an extra buyback from Vici Gaming from DY. As Vici Gaming, they don't want to let TNC have this, but Armel is into the pit. He's doing it quick. PYW tries to step forward.
Trying.
But he cannot quite get there. Or maybe he can. He
He got the refresher, the blessing, and the cheese. He got all 3. Oh my god! I cannot. Did March force staff him forward?
Somebody forced him
I think
in.
March forced him into the pit.
March, an accomplice to PYW's great heist. See now middle, the boats are coming in.
Oh my god!
So we got what, the cheese, the shard,
and
the blessing.
and the blessing. That was March's force
Can we
staff.
watch a replay? We gotta get a replay.
I'm pretty sure that was
we gotta
March.
get that replay. March.
I'm pretty sure he was like, "Oh, we're just gonna kill him instantly," but. Alright, this is a bit before it. So he's satanic, and he actually was hitting the Aeon disc, so he wasn't lifestealing there for a second, right? Because he was actually doing no damage. We're going to see it in a moment.
See it.
Well, actually, we have action. Bottom, Gabby
Oh, we're gonna go back.
is okay.
Okay.
No action.
Okay, let's go back.
I don't know if we can.
Back to the replay.
I'm pretty sure it was March's force staff. His was on cooldown
Yeah.
for 5 seconds, as the Lina was pretty much
Well,
on top
no
of
one
it.
else has a force. Well,
Does anyone else even have
it could
one?
have been Yang, right? Was Yang? No, Yang bought back. Was it Yang? Yang might have.
I'm
forced
pretty
him
sure
in.
it's March. Well, we'll find out.
Well,
Someone in the chat
Someone
knows.
in chat knows. Yeah.
As the fight, they have everything available again. And my god, these are insane fights. How many buybacks was it? Who was it again? So we have
We had a buyback
we're looking at
on, what do we got on the statuses?
3 on Vici, 1 on Tim's.
Okay. So, does put the game in a bit of a, I'd say a throwable state for Vici, but they're still 11k behind. But they're fighting well. They've sort of woken back up Vici Gaming, and they're able to punch back.
Gabby, he's in the base. He's actually hitting the tower. He gets it down pretty low.
Got to watch out for the rat.
You have to watch out for PYW Ags refreshing Agsing you and just killing you pretty much from full HP because it's only an 1800 HP drought. You actually will just die from double Laguna in the fights. I actually saw in the last fight too, PYW almost killed Gabby by himself while all that was happening above the Roche pit. So he has to be very careful of this Lina now.
We've got a crazy game on our hands. 57 minutes coming up. Only 19 to 80. That's got to be some of
Super close game.
You know, these kills, like every one of these kills it's had a meaning. You know, there hasn't been sort of just random fighting. Both teams are just playing at the level that we would hope to see from the two teams here in the winner bracket finals of Game 2. You know, forget Game 1. Game 1 was, I guess, TNC just giving Vici Gaming a free match. They said, hey, well, we'll let you win this one. We'll pick it up Shaker Morph as our first two. But this is the proper sort of Dota 2 that you look forward to seeing between two teams of this caliber.
Yeah.
And still no saying which way it will go. Obviously, overall, you would not be wrong thinking this is definitely looks favorable for TNC. They've got a lot of racks. They still have the lead. But we're seeing Vici Gaming able to punch back. It's definitely a big risk, though, for Vici having these buybacks on cooldown. One more fight, TNC can get any of these big kills. It could pretty much just be game over for Vici Gaming.
It's all up to execution at this point. Who gets caught in Chronos, who gets caught by Echo Slams, etc. Whichever one it's going to be. We do have Runes spawning again in a second. Illusion top and an Invis bottom. So nothing too crazy, probably the two worst runes. Let's jump forward.
Eurus is going to come in. Fisher does hit onto him to put the GA. He's going to try and look towards Armel, but again, the E-Blade keeps Armel safe from the right clicks of Eurus. Eurus now ready to jump back in, though. Force out to the side. March able to keep Armel safe. Then turn. The Will-O-Wisp trapping up Eurus. Eurus has got to get out. Time walks up to the high.
Another one.
The second Will-O-Wisp. March continue with the control. Eurus is trying to kill it off with the Fisher into the side. And Eurus pops the Manta, jumps to the side. KP now the new focus from the Void. Now Eurus, though, step back into the Will-O-Wisp. Will be able to step in, looks to kill it off, but the blinding light is there. Finally takes it out. First
PYW, double Laguna, he got it!
PYW, though, with a refresher shot play, takes Gabby out of the fight. They now turn towards Tims, as Tims is maledicted, surrounded by 5. Tims will fall, and Tims is dead without buyback.
He's the one who, he's the important one. He can't die like that, but oh, the double Laguna, we just had mentioned it, and he actually gets the find on Gabby.
That refresher shot, as you say a few moments back, we saw was just handed to PYW, able to walk into the pit, forced into the pit.
What, might it be an MVP 4-staff right there by oh, God.
Well, let's check the replay now. Well, if we have time, if we've got the perfect timing, if we get a quick, cheeky replay, we just got to see it again.
Let's see.
Here we go, let's go.
Maybe.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Never mind.
JK, they're pushing base.
We'll get it for you later.
Someone saw it. Someone clipped it. Someone saw it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we'll all look back and be like, March, we know it's you. We're still pretty confident it was you. But maybe not. Maybe it was somebody else.
He's into the base. Still 35 seconds, no Gabby. Gabby does have buyback here, but he really wants to hold on to it. Doesn't want to use it here. There's still tier 2s up on both side lanes, so TNC, either way, probably not going to buy back in the drought. They'll just let this Rax go. If Vici Gaming can even get this, obviously the rest of TNC still could be quite a nuisance. Armel, he's in, Nullifier straight away, but at the same time there was a defensive light track array laid down back in the base. Eurus, he's going in, commits with the BKB. KP with the E-Blade trying to keep March safe, but the ships are coming in onto March. March is dead. Eurus turns over towards KP now as KP. Neon Disc will buy him some sort of safety. Gabby's going to be back up in 2 seconds. Laguna Blade, not enough to kill KP off. Now Vici Gaming, they've got to focus on the racks and get out, because TNC, they're going to look to fight. In they go, KP heads in with the ult. Arm out on the side, he's focusing down the cooker, but the BKB's out from Ori. The Will-O-Wisp is down. They'll quickly back out of the Will-O-Wisp. Eurus, his Hex. They got any further control? A second hit from the Wisp will drag him in, but the time walks back up. Eurus gets out of there. Vici Gaming, get the racks and get out.
This status resistance is just absurd. He's able to Heavenly Grace 2 targets pretty much every single time. So he just throws it on one that gets focused, then he throws it onto Eurus every single time, and this Void is pretty much immortal. It's so tough for them to bring him down. He's just got backtrack. He's got 65% plus status resist. How the hell do you bring him down? Doesn't seem like they're able to at the moment in these last few fights at all.
He's got those upgraded bots, so he's in and out of the fight, refuel and back to join the rest of his teammates.
And they're quickly smoked as well. They're looking for somebody.
And you look at that gold difference, is now 1k lead for Vici Gaming in a match that was nearing 20k advantage for TNC.
Gabby gets the blink off.
He's going to be able to chase this though. Time warp back up in a couple of seconds. Eurus
He's got Arcane Rune plus the cooldown reduction. He's got Blink up every 2 seconds.
2 seconds?
3 seconds. 3 seconds.
3 second blink.
3 second cooldown Blink, 8 second cooldown Mantha.
All right,
Lovely.
there's no catching that.
That's sick.
KP, going over the Hex hit. TNC are trying to take this fight over on VG's half of the map. Eurus, Mantha to remove the Gus. Fisher from Tim's. Trying to trip at Eurus, but he jumps in. He's looking for the chrono opportunity. The boat won't quite clip onto them. He gets the chrono out to KP. Now looks to move over, going towards Gabby. Gabby puts the man to turns with the silence, but the BKB's up from Eurus. He's hunting for Gabby in the trees. The Will-O-Wisp is down. Gabby still running over Blink. Gabby will be able to separate himself from the void. Looking at the Blaze. Armel's in trouble. Puts the BKB. He's hiding with the Mel.
Tim's
Trying to
down.
get out of there. Armel's BKB's got refresh. Can he blink out of this? No, he can't. They've lost Armel. The Light Strike Array down on a KP. They've got the vision. They'll surround the Venomancer, and KP is not escaping either. They have lost Witch Doctor, but they've gotten so much more here this time around. Vici Gaming. Right, no.
Is KP? No, he actually TPs with the Ethereal Blade.
Hang on, bottom lane. What is going on?
Is he gonna get both?
I mean, KP got out. The
Gabby?
E-played
But Gabby?
saved him. Gabby.
He's trying to hide.
Oh.
Is he gonna?
Where's that back
First
throw?
hit!
Oh!
And the evasion!
Oh. He's out.
Dude, late game Dota is so insane now. Vici's not taking much damage in the fights.
Who's going to win this game? I don't know. It's 63 minutes in. We don't know. Do you know? I don't know.
Vici in the fights are looking quite a bit stronger. Tim's is not able to get his spells off at all. Again, not able to get the Echo Slam into positioning. And yeah, this Omni Knight is just such a problem for them. He just gets a great GA on 4 heroes in that fight. Also constantly getting the Heavenly Graces and buffs out. He's just doing an excellent job of protecting his buddies.
They're going to go right down mid. They want to force these buybacks out. Tim's and Armel down for 30 seconds. They've got to seriously consider using the buyback, so they need to. Eurus is going to jump in. Tim's buys back straight away. Glimmer Cave trying to save it, but the chrono
They got
for Eurus.
Tim's!
It's going to get Tim's as well. This will be a dieback on the Shake, and the torrent follow-ups there. KP has a buyback. 20 seconds still that Armel wants to hold on to his. He wants to try and make sure that it's not necessary. He needs both lives in.
They're killing it too fast.
Trying to hold this, but the tier 4s are falling. Vici Gaming, they're on to the Ancient. The Ancient is melting. TNC, can they stop this? It doesn't look like they can. The Ancient falls. Vici Gaming take game 2. And with that, the series 2-0. As Vici Gaming will be moving on to the grand finals. TNC, they'll get another chance, but they're going to be knocked down. And was that March's 4 stuff? I mean, that was.
That's the big question for everybody. Do we know? Does anyone know yet?
Who gave that Lina his refresher shot?
I mean,
for
either
that
way,
quick kill on Gabby, but
it did
they
seem
were
like
turning it.
Yeah, Vici was heavily turning it. As soon as they got the Ags on the Void, he always was getting the setups. And when they got all these level 25s too, 25% backtrack Void with 65% status resist with an Omni always behind him, it just looked like Vici had an overall bit better coordination, at least altogether in that.
Oh, we're going
And
to get a special
replay.
replay. So what's going on here?
It was March.
It was March. Oh no. Oh no, no, no.
Right? It was March. He already turned into it.
Yeah, he was looking at it. It must have been, yeah.
I don't know if that...
Hey, I mean, maybe that didn't matter.
Maybe.
I mean, it mattered a little bit.
It mattered a little bit.
Because Lina had a refresher shot and then instantly deleted the drow in the mid lane fight.
He did get, what, 10,000 gold in items and...
Yeah, got a free Aghanims, bless. Yeah, it mattered a little. But hey,
It
it's
was a
the
clean
upper
game.
bracket, right? There's a little bit of room for mistakes. They're going to get a second chance down in the bottom in the lower bracket, TNC. But Vici Gaming, straight to the finals. And something that I don't think many people will be too surprised about. Obviously, a lot of people had high hopes for TNC, sort of making the easy route. But hey, you know, TNC, they want to keep the fans entertained. They want to show the fans that there's some more TNC Dota 2, which we'll get to see now as they'll have to make the lower bracket move towards the grand finals. But yeah, Vici Gaming in the grand finals, pretty much expected.
And they looked clean, especially Eurus. 17-2 in this Void game.
It was a hard game as well. You saw how much pressure TNC were putting on to Vici for that whole time. It felt like it was over for Vici Gaming. They weren't getting anything done. But they just felt confident in the sort of this late game potential of building this unkillable void.
Yeah, literally too tanky to die.
Well, there we go. Series is done and dusted. Vici Gaming will take down TNC, knock them down to lower bracket 2-0 as they will move forward to the grand finals of the MDL Chengdu Major.
Oh, that's my type of game right there. I do believe Trent has something to say about Marsh's force staff. What were you
I
arguing?
said I don't know. We can't see it, so I don't know. I don't think it mattered. From my perspective, I don't think it mattered.
Why not?
Because it looked like he was already in the pit anyway, and he tried to force him so that he was going to go over the wall, because it looked like Caudle slid up, or the Lina slid up a little bit and then fell back down.
Yeah.
Whereas
I
if you
can
let
see
him
that.
walk another unit to try and push him out, he's guaranteed to get 1 item. So from my perspective, it looked like March tried to guarantee 0 item pickup, and obviously it didn't work. But I don't know. I'd have to watch it again.
It
that
was
from my
like it
viewing.
was a crazy ending.
Yeah, yeah,
nonetheless.
it was. I mean, that was the game-winning play. Let's be real.
Yes.
PYW actually just won that game. That was pretty insane.
He better get the MVP, by the way, Mars. We'll be keeping tabs. Let's try to analyze that game because it started real well it started very even actually.
It's a long
Stayed
time
even
ago.
Yes.
for quite a while. It was a very low kill game overall.
Yeah.
But I guess the thing that was interesting to me is that Templar Assassin went for the Blink Dagger first as
Mhm.
opposed to the Desolator, and so it was very high combat, and yet she was not able to make as much use of it as I was hoping. She got the kill on the Void in the top lane,
Yeah.
which was pretty slick, but I guess it seems like in all of these TNC games, there are multiple heroes competing for jungle farm, and this time Templar Assassin was like, fine, Drow Ranger, you can have it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go kill
going.
people.
Yeah.
So that was the difference there. But one thing that remains consistent is TNC does not know how to end games because this is like the 3rd game that has gone past a point where we're like, oh, well, they should already be winning. They should already have the enemy ancient. And they're very apprehensive at late game decision making, it seems. It's conservative, but to a fault.
I just can't believe Vici kept winning those fights that were lasting so long because those are the kind of fights that I felt like were going to go really well for TNC. Like, somehow they're winning fights in the middle of 2 Will-O-Wisps and, like, 80 Venomancer wards. Like, he hit 1 Gale on KP that hit, I think, 4 heroes, and it was just like, blah! Just, like, plague wards everywhere, like, vomiting this bile on everything around them. And half the time, Eurus or Paparazzi's just standing there, he's just A-clicking. He's hitting illusions. He's hitting void. He's just looking at the cooldown of time walk like, well, I can't die anyway. I'm just
And he was hitting the Will-O-Wisp.
get
because
outta here.
I feel like so many late game carries are just like, it's not my problem. I have BKB. I don't need to worry about this Will-O-Wisp thing.
He had Heavenly Grace. He had a Manta.
Yeah.
And he's like buffed up at this point.
BKB,
he still couldn't
Satanic.
kill Will-O-Wisp.
Yeah.
Like that. Oof. Oof. Yeah. I've had enough
the
of Will-O-Wisp.
Will-O-Wisp lost though.
It did,
lose
thankfully.
both of them. 'Cause
Both
he got the
of them.
refresher.
What a crazy ending to that game. And when I say ending, I mean final 10 minutes. I think when Eurus went in for the Aghanim Scepter, no buyback.
Yeah.
You know, that was a little bit of, I mean, it was a risky move, but at the same time, it was one that paid off big time.
You got to take risks when you're behind. If you just play safe the whole time, you're probably going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Like
usually what
TNC.
happens. Yeah, even when you're ahead. I did like the idea of like this cheekiness of the TA Coddle with like the triple meld to like just Roche individually. It's such a safe way to Roche.
Yeah.
Only TA in the pit, plus you have Plague Wards all around, so that's a neat part of this strategy that they're using. They're obviously a very Templar Assassin focused team. Like it's clear they're willing to pick it up early. You can see that RML spams it in pubs. It's got like the nice high Dota plus, like watch out for me, I got snap.
Or
I'm
meld,
good.
if you will.
It was like their lineup was very Armel focused in terms of the drow buffs up the TA. You know, the TA was the carry of the game, basically.
Yeah, which is why I was a little bit surprised that the Drow Ranger ended up opting for a Monkey King bar as opposed to more Agi, because
To like help more,
yeah.
Yeah.
So who ended up having the E-Blade? Was it the
It was Tim's on the
Tim's
shaker.
on the shaker? Yeah.
He
Which-
made so many sick plays.
Rarely
With
were
the
they
E-Blade.
offensive.
With the
yeah. They
E-Blade.
made so many sick defensive plays. There were
Sick E-Blade
tons
plays.
of great fissures blocking out the void, forcing
Yeah.
him to time walk.
Mhm.
Great E-Blade slaves.
That R button
saves.
though was
Yeah, that Echo Slam may have
Got
been a bit faulty.
unbound.
Which
or
is
something.
why I do think that the Aghanim's blessing scoop by the Lina was game-winning, because I think if Tim's managed to get that Ag's blessing,
Mhm.
which I imagine you give it to him, because the Drow bought hers, I don't think TA's is particularly good. Venomancer didn't need it, and Coddle didn't need it, so a Shaker Aghanim's could have made a big difference.
And the TA one, I don't know my anime, but isn't that the Omeo Wi Shinderu or something?
Oh my wamo, Shinderu.
Wow,
Nothing
thank you.
personal, kid.
Yeah, you really know the anime. Thank you. I know Chad appreciated that. That was dope.
Yes!
Yeah, all right.
So
Thank
Mars,
you.
Mars gives the respect.
Yes.
Well, and the funny thing is that when he stole all that, and I think everyone was like, oh, he even got the eggs in the backpacks, and now he can give it to Omni, so the TAs
Yeah.
with Drow are worthless, and then Lina, Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah.
It's like, wait,
That
what,
dude
PYW?
unbackpack that thing. He's
Lina,
like, no,
use
what? I
refresher
blessed
shard."
myself. I'm sorry, Omni.
Yeah. Gets his self-blesses, and then he hits that double Laguna, and everyone's like, yep, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, cool.
Which
True
also
to BKB.
props to Yang, because despite not having an Aghanim Scepter, he was getting 4 hero
Yeah.
GAs in nearly every single fight.
Yeah. It was such a crazy game. I do want to point out, you guys weren't really convinced about the Witch Doctor now that we've seen it 2 games in a row, and it won 2 games in a row. Did you change your mind?
I think versus TNC it does make sense because they try to give KP solo lanes, and Witch Doctor is much better versus solo lanes than he is versus dual lanes. So that's fair. I mean,
Okay.
position 5 once you get to the mid game can be a bit questionable anyway. Like it's most heroes can't have a very good impact unless you have like a save and you're just hoping to draw attention. Witch Doctor unfortunately doesn't draw that much attention, I would say, in the late game. I think people just kind of ignore you.
Yeah, Cask is a very difficult spell to gauge the importance of.
Yeah, it can be really annoying.
Yeah.
And it can like win you late game team fights.
Yeah.
Just
Single-handedly.
You can like chain stun, like perma stun people before they can even BKB sometimes.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh.
I would right now really like to hear from Vici Gaming.
首先也是恭喜你们拿下比赛啊！那第一个想问的问题就是最后一场其实特别焦灼嘛，然后是中路的一波团战，然后以及后面的2分钟可能是改写了比赛的局势。然后你当时的话一个刷新 A 仗，能不能简单的跟我们说一下那几波队伍之内的决策是什么，然后到底发生了什么？So first question is gonna ask about the second game. Apparently there's very tight game, but PYW's refresher out just changed the game. So let him go through that team fight with us.
那一波就是我判断了一下嘛，血量大概就那么多血了，他装备大后期了，装备饱和了，所以我进去肯定能白嫖掉东西吧，就去试了一下，没想到他抢了3个。
I had a rough calculation. I checked his item. I think I probably can kill him, but I'm not for sure. So I just went there and tried, and I did. 那第2场比赛其实到最后的话，我们看到这个小黑包括剧毒的这个对线对你们来说有很大的限压吗？你们是什么时候决定自己这边可以一波对面的？因为发现拖下去的时候，其实兵线一直是对面比较有利。So at the end of the second game, we saw Venom and Jaw pressure the line so much that VG cannot push easily. So when is the timing that you feel like you can go through the throne?
就他们喜欢带线嘛，然后抓了1-2个，然后逼一根板，然后就尝试一下嘛。第一波没推掉，然后第2波还是买了后就一波极地就极地掉了。
I know they like to split push, so we just try to have some pickoffs. And once we did that, and we forced the buyback, so we failed at the first push, but we managed to kill them after the buyback second push. So that's why we did it. 那你觉得这场比赛 ROTK 的 BP 怎么样？
非常棒。
What do you think about ROTK's drafting this series? He said very good. 那最后一个问题就是，因为你们现在已经来到了 Major 的决赛啊，然后败者组的形势现在基本上也看得比较清楚了。你最想或者说你觉得最可能在总决赛里碰到的这个选手是队伍是哪一支
IG。
I want to meet IG in the grand finals. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and they might just get the chance, but we'll see. We still have quite a few teams left in to join Vici Gaming in the grand finals. Yeah, RTK's drafts, very good. The general, but I think that we normally give a lot of credit to RTK, but this second game was totally on the players.
Yeah.
Like, very
Okay.
well played.
I'm good for that. I'm good for his plan of IG in the final. I think that would be so hyped to have IG minor winner. Now they make it through this lower bracket to face EG, then they have to beat TNC, then they have to fight VG.
No, but the best thing is, the only team that has ever
Yes.
did a minor victory and a major victory was Vici Gaming.
Gotta
they can
pass the
defend.
crown.
No, defend. Be the
Yeah.
only team
Oh,
to ever do
okay.
it. I said that I don't think anyone's going to do that for another 2 years. I
Yes,
think.
I know you
I
said
believe.
that.
Wow.
So,
No, you said I think
Maybe
you didn't
3.
even say 2 years. I think you said ever.
no, I said 2 or 3 years. I gave myself years.
Okay.
But I do think it's an incredibly difficult thing to achieve in our current DPC. Mind you, this major is kind of cheating because when VG did it, all the top teams were there.
That is true.
So I'm putting an asterisk next to
No,
this
no,
one.
no, no,
no.
I'm still putting one there. I'll still
Nah.
give it to him.
I
but-
don't think that the teams will think of it that way.
Well, I
Well,
will.
actually, we know Yang thinks of it that way. Never
Yeah,
mind.
exactly.
He
Yeah.
literally
Where the
said it out
sharks
loud.
at?
Ooh, by the way, speaking of what they said in the interview, PYW said he was worse than Fade. I must say that if he keeps playing the way that he did in that second game, he's going to be looked at as a better 4 in no time.
Yeah, POW is looking extremely strong so
Yes.
far from what I've seen with him. I mean, that was
Case
like,
in point.
I'm incredible, watch this.
Yes.
Like, you have no choice but to praise me after I make this maneuver. Like, if some guy does that in your pub game, you're just like, I don't care if you win or lose after that. It's just like auto 10 commends.
Yes. It's,
Somehow commending himself, obviously, for the 10th one.
Of course.
ROTK can
Tipping
commend
himself.
too.
RTK can command.
Okay.
Yeah.
The coach of the other team can command.
Yeah.
Can he? Because that
No.
way you can have 11 command.
Well, I don't know.
Okay. Let's. We're not closing any chapters here because it was an upper bracket, but I do want to have some closing thoughts on TNC and their upper bracket performance because game 1 was an obvious. Hey, Morph Shaker is still good. Can we make it work? First 2 picks didn't work. Game 2 showed a lot better what they're capable of, but they still indeed struggle with that late game.
Yeah, I think you'll probably see them not do Morph Shaker first.
Okay.
To start things off, that's fair. But teams are still going to be forced to ban the Shaker in the second phase or the Morphling in the second phase, I would guess, to try and make sure that it's not available to them in like their coming matches. So that even though they've lost here and through this upper bracket run, they're now down the lower bracket. They've now gained a lot of advantage in the draft still.
I think all the teams that have been falling into the trap of the top tier strategies have been losing. So yesterday it was an Alchemist strat that lost, a Chen strat that lost, Morph Shaker strat that lost, and it seems like Void seems to be the answer to all of them. So put more respect on Void would be what I'm gearing towards for all the teams remaining, because the strategies that got you through group stage or the first 2 days of the playoffs have been solved at
Yes.
this point.
Well, speaking of strategies from a couple days ago, there was a match, and it was an IG-EG match in the upper bracket finals. We had high expectations of this match, and it was a stomp. EG stomped. They stomped IG, and they are gonna meet again. In just a moment, we're gonna have a lower bracket elimination match. Once again, IG-EG. Let's see which one of these 2 teams is gonna come out victorious and moves on through that lower bracket to face TNC. But all that's gonna happen after the break.